Hi there. My legal name is Jonathan Geary, but I go by J Digital, as that is my business. And I was recently laid off or fired from my job. Now, to get a technical scoop on what's going on is my business is not thriving at all. Like, I make no money in my business currently. Zero. But my job that I've now lost paid me about $3,500 a month doing photography, which I believe I do well and done well. But it's the opinions in the hands of somebody else. The opinions in the hands of someone that is not seasoned, not experienced in photography, is making photography decisions that led to my, as they said it, lack of performance. I performed my duties. I actually did more than what I was supposed to do. Photography doesn't necessarily include videography, but that's what they expected me to do. So I did videography, and I was supposed to do graphic design as that was part of my title. Never touched graphics a single day in my whole experience. So just because you have a big organization does not mean you are right about everything. And that's what a lot of companies, I feel, forget. They think that because of their success, because of what they're able to put through, which is understandable as a whole, you have this particular success and you go, we must be doing something right with what we have. But nobody saw my contribution as necessary, so they let me go. And that choice can put a huge toll on not only someone's emotions, but the security of their household, security of knowing that you're able to provide a roof for the children in your household. And that was taken away immediately, actually. I scheduled an HR appointment to get things straightened out, and at least try to get things straightened out per my unsatisfactory review, even though on my unsatisfactory review they didn't outline any of the positive things that I did. And then I was terminated, separated, effective immediately. Actually, during the meeting that I called, that I scheduled, they said, hey, we don't need you anymore. Peace. No resolution, no, hey, you're a valuable member of the team, which is what I was told, and then I get fired. A lot of companies like to say a lot of things to keep their employees in line. That was one of them. That was a big lie to my face. In multiple occasions, actually. Lied quite often. I was lied to about the fact that there's a whole process before you get terminated. Not true. I was also lied about me being a valuable member of the team. They said that. But if I was a valuable member of the team, I would think that I would have stayed, been allowed to stay. But I wasn't. I wasn't needed anymore, so they cut me out. And now I'm having to figure out what to do. One of the main things that I'm doing right now, that I want to do, and that I'm actively doing, is, one, telling my story. And that comes with not all the technicalities and all the details, but enough for you to understand the context of where I am in my life. And just like anybody that wants to tell a story, we want to tell a story the right way, with quality in mind. I don't like to do anything that isn't in the name of quality. And I feel there was a few things that happened in my employment that could have been grounds for termination if it didn't involve my own privacy of my home and the emotions. The result of high stress and lack of appreciation can lead. And those two things can push anybody over the line. Now, it's not what you do, not what happens, but how you handle what happens. 100,000%. But that doesn't mean that people are going to be perfect. And I have a history of having anger issues. As a young child, I used to throw my head back a lot. and actually bang my head against the floor. Regardless of whether it was concrete or wood, it didn't matter. I used to bang my head against the wall. Full transparency. I used to bang my head against the floor. And even to this day, in times of stress, in times of underappreciation, even though I feel I am a great guy, I feel that I do way more than what most people would do. I'm still not appreciated for it. I'm on top of the stress of life. It doesn't matter. You could pile up a whole case of great things that you've done in your life, and all of that can be thrown out the window by one negative. And I'll be honest with you in saying that right there is one of the many reasons why I hate my life. And I've been consistently suicidal, even though I don't act on it. Full transparency, I don't want to live anymore. But I know also that if I don't live anymore, that means I don't have the opportunity to make something great. And nobody knows what's on the other side of hard work and dedication, of which can create the extra money that is able to render you lack of stress. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of stuff to do, not just for my business, but just for me in general. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do for me. I've consulted with my fiance, of which I've thrown under the bus plenty of times. She's seen the worst in me. She still holds on, even though. And I really want to work for myself. But I know that the many times that I've tried to work for myself in the past, with the lulls of unemployment, oftentimes I quit, and oftentimes in the past, I don't know anything about unemployment. I never relied on unemployment until this one instance where I've been in a job for 5 years and I have kids to take care of. Before, when I didn't have no kids to take care of, what was unemployment? What was that? I didn't know what it was. I didn't care for it. I didn't even care for food stamps. Like, if I can't pay for food, I'm not going to pay for food. I'll ask for help from family or whatever. So, going through with that, I have to be careful. And I got to follow the guidelines of the rules of unemployment. But I really want to work for myself. And I have a few different ways of going about working for myself, and that I'm going to end up executing on. But just know that it's coming from a place of an honest, true place of grit, because I'm not happy. I'm not okay. I don't even want to try anymore, but I know that I need to. And why am I sharing this, you ask? Well, first of all, I'm a realist. So anytime I go to share something about my story, I'm going to give you the honest, raw, true answer. But I want to do better. And I'm really trying to do better. When you are underappreciated and there's no signs of positivity coming your way at any point, or at least that you can see, it makes it really difficult emotionally to try to push through. But I have to ignore how I feel about myself and continue to allow people that love me, people that I love, people that I take care of, to be my motivation. And I have to remember that whatever you believe in, don't take this the wrong way, but God, just like time, is always working, always moving, whether you like it or not. So you have to keep going. You have to follow with time. You have to follow with God. If He's working all the time, so do you. He's the example. Time is the example. It's always continuing no matter what happens. So do the same, is what I tell myself. If I terminate my ability to make it better, I give myself zero chance to succeed. And I can't live with that. I can't live with that. I say that to say this. Follow my story, putting out a lot more content. I really want people to see me for who I am. I'm a big believer in that. I have to be true to myself to be true to you. I need help. I need support. I'm going to do everything I can on my end, but if any of you have seen me or end up looking me up and like what I do, like what I have to offer, I would appreciate your extra effort and your extra steps to do one of the many things that you can do for me. If you don't have business needs in the asset generation of your business and advertising, say creating that flyer that you need, or creating that logo that you need to start your business, or creating that website and a funnel to create a place for people to land on, or just a photo shoot of your team, headshots, or even a photo shoot with your family. All of which I can do, and I want to do, for lots of people. I have a few different options as far as payment is concerned. Small things like photo touch-ups is $50. Regular items of creativity, a creative output, like photos, landing page websites, etc., flyers, $150. I have a creative service package that is $200 a month right now. It won't be $200 a month forever. It will go up as business starts to improve, as I'm continue to create that or get to that cap for me money-wise. I'm going to increase the prices so that as I continue on, I can multiply my success. But 200 right now, there's only 25 spots available. And that you get me exclusively for no matter what it is in that realm of asset generation for advertising and even consulting, 200 flat out. And that's for a 6-month, 1 year, or 2-year dedication. Of course, there will be a force majeure clause in the agreement, basically saying that of situations that are out of my control, the service can either be paused or terminated depending on the situation. And then the smaller things that you could do to support my business. The biggest small thing is to join my Patreon and just share your pocket with me, $10 a month. That's it. Power in numbers, times that by, I believe it's, if I get 100 people to sign up for my Patreon, that's $1,000 in my pocket, which gets me that closer to working for myself completely, no matter what. But other things that are unmonetary, you don't have to be an adult to do, be younger, as long as, of course, you're of age to be on social media. You can follow my social media or watch my content and interact with my content. Because all the algorithms of social media, as long as people are watching my content, it will get pushed to bigger masses. And if that follower count goes up, then that will also contribute. I want to reach a lot of people. I want to do a really good job. And I want to educate everything that I know. I'm going to be making courses. I'm going to be making YouTube videos. I'm going to be making not just YouTube videos, but videos that maybe are on YouTube will be also posted in other places like TikTok and Instagram. And I want to be a place where I accept all walks of life, no matter what it is. I'm a human being, and I want other human beings to be human with me. So either you support what I do in one way or the other, or you just follow me, watch my journey unfold. And this very well might end up being me getting just a new job. And in that case, I will have to juggle the new job with either content or business, one of the two, or both. And that traditionally has been really difficult to do because these things take time. I'm a realist. I know the benefit of being positive, and I know that people go through things, and that's just the reality of life. Sometimes we can't cope, and I've had my moments. But the idea is to be positive, is to continue to uplift people, to continue to be a light, even though I may not like myself. And I feel that I'm not the only person that deals with that. I know that. I just hope that you could see through the negativity that I've experienced and see me as a human being that is able to provide you with tangible support. And all I ask for is the same. I also want to say thank you. If you've reached the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for hearing me out. As I said, one way to support me is to interact with this post, like, comment, share, or follow me. Those are the easiest, simplest ways to support me. Just click a button or type a message. If you feel like you can support me financially, then join me on my Patreon. This is going to be a really hard thing to overcome, but I hope that you'll stick around. My name is Jonathan Geary. I go by J Digital. Remember your heart. J Digital. Waiting on the cash, waiting on a chance, waiting on the mash. Get to it fast, calculating slow. Dedicated to the product, button up and make it go. I'm working on the side, top notch is all I know. Producing on my